Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Alexandra and today we have another interesting book. This time we have Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. So stay with me to go deep into this mystery. This is a book that belongs to the golden age of detective fiction. This age had its peak during the 20s and 30s when several British authors produced a lot of classic murder mysteries. The novels produced by this movement follow more or less the same schema: a central mystery that is plausible and has nothing to do with strange or supernatural events, a plot made of a sequence of events in which the reader tried to solve the mystery with the detective, a puzzle of events and clues, and a murderer who is the most or least obvious suspect. At the end, the resolution shows how all the pieces come together, and most of all the resolutions are fair. Usually, these novels have no thrilling action, and this movement comes as an answer to the First World War, where people were full of the feeling of loss, violence, and social changes. These topics are always presented in these kind of novels. About the author, well, Agatha Christie is the queen of mystery. She was born on September 15, 1890 in Torquay, England. She's the best-seller novelist of all the times. Christie is well known for her 66 detective novels, 14 story collections, more than 20 plays. Her books have been sold all over the world, over 1 billion copies in English and another billion in translation. And to celebrate the 100 years of her first publication, in 1920, The Mysterious Affair at Styles, where she introduced Hercule Poirot to the world. Let's read this book, where the genius of Poirot is tested. Christie was inspired by a real train that traveled between England and Turkey and provided a luxury service to royalty and wealthy people. The story occurs during a snowdrift. It actually occurred in 1929, where a varied group of passengers of the Orient Express had a bad time before resuming their journey. Furthermore, the crime is also inspired in a real one: a kidnapping and a murder of a 20-month-old boy occurred in America in 1932. The Lindbergh case that inspired Armstrong's case in the book was known as the crime of the century. The title tells us what to expect: a crime and where it occurred. The book has 3 parts: the facts, the evidence, and the last one, Hercule Poirot sits back and thinks. The book includes a map of the wagon, and most of the characters are based on stereotypes. Hercule Poirot is a Belgian detective able to solve the most impossible cases. He's intuitive, brilliant, rigorous, and with a strong sense of what is right and just. He's traveling by accident on the Orient Express after finishing a mission in Syria when a fellow passenger, Samuel Ratchet, asks his service as a detective. Poirot refused the task the first journey, but on the second one occurs the snowdrift. There are strange noises and Ratchet appeared murdered. He was stabbed, but all the injuries seemed to be different, so they thought in 2 possible murders, one left-handed and another right-handed. The circumstances reduced the possibility, so the murder was on the train. He gathers the evidence, examining the crime scene, interviewing the passengers and the train staff, and reasoning about what he finds. I don't want to mess your reading, but this is the part with spoilers. However, I assure you, you will want to read it. At this part of the book, everyone has an alibi for the time the crime occurred. No one appears to have a motive, but during the process, Poirot finds that there is a strong relationship between the facts and the case of the Armstrong family, where a child was kidnapped and killed. Later, he discovers the identity of Ratchet. Ratchet was false. His real name was Cassetti, the one who was responsible for Daisy Armstrong's kidnapping and death. It is connected to our reality.
When it comes to transparency, Latin America doesn't score well. It routinely ranks as one of the most corrupt areas in the world. But populations are suffering and voters are demanding change, is Latin America making moves to clean up corruption.
Sounding familiar? Then, according to the passengers' versions, there were two mysterious characters that could be the guilty: a conductor with a brown uniform or a woman wearing a kimono. However, the descriptions don't match, and Poirot finds the clothes in his bag and in other passengers' luggage. He usually tests his theories and gets the results he expects. Step by step, you will see how all the passengers will have a direct relationship with the Armstrong case. At the end, he gathers all the passengers with the train conductor and proposes two possible solutions.
So it's not a coincidence that the group consisted of 12 people, the same number of members of a jury. You have to read those two really good solutions to the case.
Finally, they choose only one by an unanimous vote, and then the case is closed in the name of justice. While reading the book, you get more and more involved. I couldn't stop because each time it gets more and more interesting. There's a moment when you say nobody can be the guilty, and another one when you think each one has a different reason, but who is? This teaches you that you have to be aware of everything is happening around you, that you have to be smart and you have to rethink about what is justice itself. Sometimes I stopped and thought, wow, I didn't expect that. And at the end, I spent some time thinking about the sense of life, the purpose of it, and the force that revenge and love have. And it is very connected with our Colombian reality and what we are going through. When I finished the book, well, I had the opportunity to watch the last movie version that was released in 2017 with a pretty nice cast: Kenneth Branagh, Johnny Depp, Penelope Cruz, Michelle Pfeiffer. Well, I have to say that even though the movie is great, I love the photography, you have to read the book. It's completely different to solve the crime inside the mind of Poirot. You join his mission while reading and you won't quit it once you start. For me, it's a book of 5 stars, very appropriate for quarantine time, and I assure you that it won't be the only Christie's book. Then you get kind of addicted and you will want more. So thanks for watching. Please comment your favorite part of the book once you have read it, and don't forget to give me a thumb up if you like the video. Turn on the notifications and see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.